Once upon a time, in a small village nestled among the rolling hills of ancient India, lived a young boy named Ananda. Ananda was known for his curious nature and kind heart. He was always eager to learn and explore the world around him. One sunny morning, as Ananda was playing near the village temple, he noticed an elderly man sitting under a Bodhi tree. The man's serene face and peaceful presence captivated Ananda's attention. The boy approached the man and greeted him with respect. The elderly man smiled and introduced himself as Gautama, a wise sage and teacher. Ananda was thrilled to meet such an esteemed person and asked if he could learn from him. Gautama agreed and invited Ananda to sit beside him. From that day on, Ananda became Gautama's devoted student. The young boy listened intently to Gautama's teachings on compassion, kindness, and the path to enlightenment. Gautama, who was also known as the Buddha, shared many moral stories to impart his wisdom. One day, as the sun began to set, Gautama gathered his disciples under a large tree. He began telling them a story about a village plagued by hatred and division. In a distant village, Gautama began, lived two neighboring families, the Patels and the Sharmas. For years, these families had harbored a deep-rooted feud, passing their animosity from one generation to another. The disciples listened intently, eager to learn from the Buddha's story. One day, Gautama continued, a terrible drought struck the village, leaving the villagers desperate for water. The crops withered, and the cattle grew weak. The Patels and the Sharmas were suffering greatly. Seeing the dire situation, the village chief called for a meeting. He urged both families to put aside their differences and work together to find a solution. The Patels and the Sharmas reluctantly agreed and began searching for water sources. After days of searching, they stumbled upon an underground spring. However, it was located on the boundary between their lands. Fearful of reigniting their old grudges, they hesitated to take the water. That's when a young girl from the Patel family, named Sita, stepped forward. Sita was a kind-hearted and wise girl, Gautama explained. She saw beyond the boundaries of hate and division. Sita suggested that they draw a line across the spring, dividing it into two equal parts. Both families agreed to Sita's proposal, and soon they started irrigating their lands with water from the spring. As they worked side by side, their hearts softened, and they began to see the humanity in one another. Months passed, and the drought finally ended. The once barren fields bloomed with vibrant crops. The Patels and the Sharmas realized that their cooperation had brought them prosperity they had never known before. This story teaches us the power of unity and forgiveness, Gautama explained. By letting go of their enmity and embracing cooperation, the villagers transformed their lives for the better. The disciples reflected on the profound lesson embedded in the story. Ananda realized that true happiness lies not in harboring hatred but in cultivating love and understanding. As the years passed, Ananda grew into a wise and compassionate individual. He became a teacher himself, sharing the Buddha's teachings and moral stories with people from all walks of life. And so, the tale of Ananda, the young boy who learned the importance of unity and forgiveness, spread far and wide, inspiring generations to come to embrace love, compassion, and harmony in their own lives.